Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. Today's video is kind of I don't know what you'd call it. Well, basically a channel that I watch, I believe he watches me as well, Sammy G, um, who's on, he started YouTube start of the year. Great channel, go check him out if you've not checked him out already. I'll put his link in the description below. He's been going through his Blu-ray collection, and I've been working my way through it. I'm nearly at the end now. Great, as I say, great channel. Go check him out if you don't already. Well worth your time. But he went through a few weeks ago his HMV Premium Collection, and I realised I've not really shown my Premium Collection, as it were, off that much. I've not got that many. I'm trying to build it. A lot of them are out of print now, so they're quite hard to get hold of. There are a few that I think, because I went on the 2 for 15 on HMV's website and I bought 4 the other day, which I'll show in a future video. I thought I'd show what I've got already. It kind of gives you a sort of taste of the sort of films that I like. As I say, there's not many, but I thought I'd show what I have off in this video. Yeah, any recommendations of ones that I can still get a hold of are very much welcomed. But this video will probably end up going up at some point during the week. But I'm not going to make it too long, so I shall just get straight on started with it. First up, I'm going in order of release, as in when they were released on the label. All the President's Men. Really like this one. I watched this one a few years ago. It's all about the Watergate scandal. You've obviously, as you can see from the front, got both Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman, and they both play reporters who are trying to uncover the scandal, as it were, all to do with Watergate. I believe Jason Robards plays Deep Throat, who obviously was, I believe, was like a worked very close to the president on the FBI, and he basically leaked it. Well, that's what they say he did. Very powerful, very good film. There's a few other films that dealt with this matter. The Post, which I really liked as well. And there is another one. There was one where Liam Neeson played Deep Throat, Mark Felt, as well. But yeah, so you obviously, all of these are in a slip box. And with this, you get the Blu-ray, you get the DVD, and you also get art cards, which I haven't taken out the wrapper yet. I will probably just keep them in there for now. But yeah, so that is All the President's Men. Definitely worth the watch, from 1976. Next is one I've not seen yet, but I've heard good things about. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? I got this in CEX a few years back for about £6, and I thought it's a premium collection and it was still in its box, so I thought, yeah, I'd get it. You've got Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton in this. It's a drama, from what I can see, like a drama thriller, and it's directed by Mike Nichols. I think this was his first film. And again, you get the Blu-ray, you get the DVD, you get the digital code, which is definitely expired by now. 2020, yeah, that's definitely expired. You get a little leaflet showing off other premium collection titles, and you get some art cards. So an art card of the original poster. No, that's the original poster. That, I'm guessing, is a new poster. Don't know. And then 2 stills from the film. So yeah, one I'm looking forward to checking out at some point. I'm going to try and work my way through the premium collection films that I've not seen over the next few weeks. Not got that many that I've not seen. I've seen most of them, half of them I would say, I think. But yeah. Next up we have a Steven Spielberg film, Amistad. I've seen this. This came out in '97 and was nominated for 4 Oscars, and it's basically about slaves, basically, and them being brought to the United States and kind of fighting for their freedom. Fantastic cast in this. You've got Matthew McConaughey, Morgan Freeman, Nigel Hawthorne, Anthony Hopkins, who I believe plays John Adams, Djimon Hounsou. I believe this was like his first big film. David Paymer, Pete Postlewaite, and Stellan Skarsgård. And as with most Steven Spielberg films, John Williams does the music. And yeah, I remember it being a really good film, quite an underrated Spielberg film from the 90s that I think kind of went missed. But you can get this one fairly cheap. I think, well, I did at the time. I don't know if it's still in print. But yeah, that is Amistad. And then another Spielberg film which I haven't actually seen yet, one of the only Spielberg films I haven't seen, and that is Munich, starring Eric Bana, Daniel Craig, Kieran Hines, and Jeffrey Rush. Again, music by John Williams. This is about the secret Israeli squad who were assigned to track down and assassinate the 11 Palestinians that were believed to have planned the 1972 Munich massacre of the athletes at the Olympics. Sounds really interesting. I've heard it's got quite tense scenes. I like these sorts of films. I think probably the only reason I've not seen it yet is because it's rather long. It's 2.5 hours, yeah. So I just need to find some time to set aside to watch this. But yeah, that is Munich. Excuse me. Then we have Wait Until Dark, another one I've not seen. I've not really seen many Audrey Hepburn films, if I'm being honest. I think the only one I've seen is her final film, which was a Spielberg film called Always, where she played an angel. I don't think I've actually seen any of her films. I have a few. I've got this one, and I've got, I think, a few others, but I'm looking forward to diving into this one, because this one looks quite interesting. This one is out of print now, so it's very hard to come by, I believe. But it's a psychological thriller, I think, like a cat and mouse type of chase about a woman that's blinded and a psychopathic killer that breaks into her flat and is basically trying to kill her, I think, because she's got something that they want and she doesn't know she has it, I think. But yeah, looks like a decent watch. One that I'm actually going to watch tonight that I've wanted to watch for quite some time. Marathon Man with Dustin Hoffman. It's also got Roy Scheider and Laurence Olivier. Yeah, I don't know that much about it. I think it's like one of those sorts of thrillers that you got a lot of in the 70s. I'm thinking of films like 3 Days of the Condor, The Parallax View, that sort of thing. Sort of espionage type, thriller type films. But you've got Laurence Olivier in this, who plays the villain, who's like a Nazi war criminal. And he's trying to capture Dustin Hoffman, I think. But yeah, it looks really good. I'm really surprised I've not seen this already, so I'm looking forward to checking this one out tonight, actually. So that's Marathon Man. Next up we have Dolores Claiborne. This is probably the most recent one on the label that I've watched. It's a Stephen King adaptation from 1995, starring Kathy Bates and Jennifer Jason Leigh. And it's about a woman who's a bit of a loner. She has an estranged daughter who has to come home because she's accused of killing the elderly lady who she has been looking after for years. And it's very much a psychological thriller. You've got Christopher Plummer in this, who plays the detective who also investigated her husband's death years ago, which he thought was her as well. And her husband's played by David Strathairn, who's a great actor. But yeah, really good, very, very powerful film, directed by Taylor Hackford, who I think is an excellent director. Kathy Bates is excellent in this, so this is one definitely I would get your hands on. I'm not sure if it's still in print, but I'm pretty sure I got this for under £10, or it may have even been in the 2 for 15 a few years ago. But yeah, that's Dolores Claiborne. Halfway through now, I think. Next up we have To Catch a Thief with Cary Grant and Grace Kelly. Alfred Hitchcock film. Really like this one. Set in Monaco. About a, like, what do they call them? Cat burglar, I think his name is. Like he used to rob jewelry, but he's kind of retired. He doesn't do that anymore. And he kind of, someone else starts copycatting what what he used to do, basically making him like framed, sort of. And he meets Grace Kelly's character, who's like quite wealthy, and he actually, I think he falls in love with her, but he's trying to clear his name and prove that it wasn't him. But yeah, it's a really good Alfred Hitchcock film. If you like Hitchcock, then this one definitely won't disappoint. Next up is a classic from the 80s that I've still not seen, but as I say, I will try and watch it over the next week. Flashdance, starring Jennifer Beals, an iconic film from the 80s. Obviously, you have the famous song "What a Feeling" in it, but I don't really know too much about it. I know that it's like a love story about a dancer, I think, and I think she works as a welder. I remember that scene. Um, but yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but hopefully we'll see that very soon. Then we have a favourite Eddie Murphy film of mine, quite underrated, The Golden Child. Really like this one, really funny. Um, yeah, so he basically plays a social worker, and he comes across the Golden Child, who's a young boy who has special powers, and there are people trying to get after him. So he's basically got to protect him, and it's funny. It's your normal Eddie Murphy stuff. Who else is in this? Is there anyone else? Charles Dance. I believe he plays the villain in this, and I remember him being very good. It's been a while since I watched this. It's definitely overdue a rewatch, so I will be watching this one again soon, I think. And it's got a 4K transfer, so it should look really good. I've not seen this version of it yet, so that is The Golden Child. Next up, we have Death Trap, which I really liked. You've got Michael Caine, Christopher Reeve, and Diane Cannon, and it's basically about a screenwriter played by Michael Caine who has he's done a lot of flops recently, and he really wants to make something that everybody wants to see. And it's quite funny. It's like a comedy of errors, I suppose. You've got like quite slapstick in a way. He basically gets Christopher Reeve in, who is his former student, and he's actually written a play that is excellent. So obviously Michael Caine wants that play to be his. So he tries to do whatever he can to get a hold of that play. Directed by the great Sidney Lumet. It is just a very funny film. This is still in print. I did look on the 2 for 15. This is still in print. So if you want to get this, I definitely recommend this one. Especially if you like Michael Caine, and him and Christopher Reeve really bounce off of each other very well. Very underrated film from the 80s. That is Death Trap. Two more. Next up, we have Mr. Nice Guy, with Jackie Chan, directed by Sammo. Is it Hung? I'm not too familiar with him, but I know he is quite a big name. Yeah, Sammo Hung. I did start watching this, but I turned it off because I kind of got a bit bored with it. I think it's an Australian film, where Jackie Chan plays a celebrity TV chef, and he gets caught up in something between rival Australian crime gangs. But yeah, it just didn't do much for me when I started to watch it. It's a short film, so I probably will go back to it again, see if I like it anymore, because I do quite like Jackie Chan. But yeah, that is Mr. Nice Guy. And finally, we have Running on Empty, starring River Phoenix, I think Christine Leahy and Judd Hirsch, and also Martha Plimpton. It's about a young boy. His parents were basically anti-war activists in the 70s, and they blew up a napalm lab, which meant that the authorities were chasing them, so they had to constantly be on the run, going from state to state, job to job, changing their names. And River Phoenix's character has come to the age where he doesn't want to do it anymore. He's fallen in love, and he just wants to live a normal life. So he wants to basically run away from his parents. And apparently it's a good film. I've not seen it. I've not seen many River Phoenix films, so it'd be nice to check some more out, because I know he obviously didn't do a lot because he died very young, sadly. But then another Sidney Lumet film. Quite a big fan of Sidney Lumet, actually. I've got quite a few of his films in the collection. But yeah, this is Running on Empty. So yeah, that is the final film I have in the premium collection. So got a fair few. As I say, I've ordered 4 more, which should be here next week, which I will probably show off, but I might wait until I've watched them to show them off in a video, so I can actually talk about them a bit. They're all older films from like the 50s, I think, and 60s. They're not, because I've not really explored that area of film, that era of film, so I thought it would be interesting to go to. But yeah, that is it for this video. Sorry if it went on a bit long, but you know, I do tend to waffle on a bit sometimes. Again, huge shout out to Sammy G. Great channel. Check it out. As I said, I will put his link in the description below. But yeah, I thought I'd do this video because it interests me doing these types of videos, a bit different video, showing off different areas of the collection that don't get seen very often. But yeah, that is it. So if you like the video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, turn the notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded onto the channel, comment down below anything and everything. Are there any premium collection titles that you can recommend me getting, whether they're in print or out of print? If they're out of print, are they available? How expensive are they? Let me know all that down below, because I do really want to try and build my premium collection, because it's not that big. It could be bigger. I want to try and get as many as I can that interest me. But that is it. So until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.